everyone, and welcome to yesterday, June 22nd, General Hospital recap. Thank you so much for watching. So I've been posing a question in yesterday's video, and a question I posted in yesterday, the beginning of yesterday's video, and the end of the day before's video. But when I was talking about me and Carly and what we have in common, blah blah blah, it occurred to me that, you know, her name Carly is short for something and my name is not. So I was just asking you, knowing like me, I'm Carly, were you under the impression that my name was short for a different name, or like that was my name? So it's just I'm curious, so I'm asking, but let's get right to it. So at Kelly's, Laura and Kevin are trying to find Spencer. They see Molly. He got an Uber apparently, and what Uber is picking up a kid and not questioning like where the people are? Like, I can't. But anyway, so she didn't talk to him, but he said some stuff that leads them to believe that he's seeing Nina. Also at Kelly, Stella comes in and sees Molly and TJ together, and they officially meet, but TJ had walked off already, so, you know, it's really her and Molly meeting. So she talked to her on the phone last night because they live together, they're together. Stella's okay with them. You know, she says times were different when she was a kid, but she's glad things are changing for the better. And Stella says that, you know, the family history is complicated, and Molly's like, oh, because of Sean? And I'm like, stop it, no, put about disease, no. So she's talking about the truth coming out and TJ coming to terms with it, and she says, yeah, you know, Sean being TJ's biological father. And I'm like, Molly, no, Molly, no. So then TJ comes back and Stella just kind of takes in the news without like making a big deal of it, because like it just, or right then. And then, you know, Molly's really looking forward to spending time with her, and she has to go because she has Sam's food and da-da-da-da-da. So Stella's really happy with Molly. You know, she's honest and forthcoming. And Stella doesn't have a problem with them dating, and, you know, then she talks to TJ about trust and honesty and da-da-da. And she feels that no one was honest with her, and, you know, she hears the truth from Molly. She doesn't want him to be upset because Molly obviously didn't know that she was supposed to keep the secret from her. And, you know, she knows that Thomas isn't his biological father. And now Stella is dead set against Jordan again, and she hates what she's done to her family. At Crimson, Spencer is there to make sure Nina can't steal his birthright. And after a long conversation, it's revealed that everything would be put in a trust for Charlotte. So now Spencer has his sights set against Charlotte again, like, oh, she's not going to steal it from me. Oh, she thinks she's going to blah, blah, blah. So he's planning a flight to The Hague to see Valentine. And I'm like, he's like one of those, like, I can't even think of it, but it just, I love him so much. So she says that, you know, it's not the best idea to, you know, fly around the world again, but she doesn't know that. And he says he doesn't care about and, you know, she says something about the house, and he's like, I don't care about the house. You know, Valentine murdered my father, and, you know, he misses his dad. And finally that, like, facade he puts on starts to crack, and he starts to cry a little bit, and Nina hugs him, and then Laura and Kevin walk in, and Nina's like, and Spencer tries to collect himself really fast, and Laura apologizes to Nina. You know, Spencer snuck away. So Laura demands Spencer's phone right now, and, you know, he won't get it back until he changes his behavior. And he has to apologize to Kevin and Nina, and he has to treat Nina with respect. So Spencer kind of gets inspired when Laura starts talking about the law taking care of Valentine. So Nina asks Kevin if he thinks that, you know, she's a coward for leaving Valentine when he needs her the most. He says that, you know, she didn't know all of this going into the marriage. You know, Valentine lied by omission. And if she had known about the chimera and this, that, and the other thing and still married him and then left, then yeah, she'd be abandoning him, but she didn't. And then Spencer wants to make a phone call, and Laura's like, did you not hear what I just said about taking your phone away? At Curtis's, Jordan comes over unexpectedly. Not a social call. Love her top, by the way. The clothes have been killing it so far this summer. So she wants to cool things off between them until Stella leaves town. Curtis is getting a bad feeling. She's ready to take off at the first sign of trouble, and it's like Stella brought up some unresolved issues. Yeah, probably. So he knows Thomas's death weighs heavy on her. It weighs on him too. Moving on seems selfish to her, and he says, what's the alternative? Living life under constant regret? So he'd probably want her to be with Curtis instead of Sean, by the way, but, you know, none of my business. So Curtis says that he'll fix it, everything will be fine. And then Jordan and Curtis reconcile. And then after Jordan leaves, TJ comes rushing over to find her, and she's not there anymore, and Curtis figures out that this is about Stella. So at the PCPD, Stella is looking for Jordan. She comes in, she's automatically hostile to her, and Jordan tries to get her out, but she wants to talk now, right in the middle of everything, and she's making a scene in front of the whole station. So Stella sort of implies Jordan climbed the professional ladder in less professional ways, and then calls her trash, among other things, right in the middle of the station. At Sam's place, Jason doesn't think that she should go to Puerto Rico, and Sam's like, I'm Sonny's friends too, so if you're worried about him, I'm worried about him too, and we can both go. And Jason asks her, like, what's going on? And she tells him about the episode she's been having, and a part of her is telling her to worry and that he's in danger, and she can't stop feeling this way even though she knows she should. And he always wants to know what's going on with her, and he's glad that she told him, but he can't get through to the island. And now Sam wants to go, and she's like, oh no, now Sam wants him to go, and she's like, yeah, I was just being paranoid, I feel better now. But now Jason doesn't want to leave. He has a picture of Garvey that he wants to give to Sonny to, tip him off. And Sam really wants him to go. So he leaves, and she's already shaking and having a panic attack as soon as he leaves. Molly comes over with the food, and Molly can tell Sam is upset and worried. Sam confides in her about the episodes about Jason, and something tells her he's in trouble. It's constant, and Molly thinks she knows what's going on. So Molly thinks it has something to do with her being a new mom, doing the newborn thing for the first time, and her need to protect the baby is spilling over into other people. In Puerto Rico, there is a shadowy figure outside of Sonny and Carly's room, and a knock at the door. So it's the liquor distributor. Carly is going to get changed and do the paperwork. So the papers are signed, and Sonny walks him out. I almost thought they were going to cut to Sonny being like, hey, thanks for showing up later, but they didn't. She tries to find a way to leave tonight, but they really can't. The generator is out, so they'll spend their time with mojitos and cards. So Carly's beating him at poker, and they're having a really good time, but then in jest, he brings up the divorce, and, we should have handled it this way. He didn't mean to be insensitive. He really didn't mean it, just as to lighten the mood and about the whole thing, but she's not in the pokery mood anymore, and she needs to take a walk, and the Garvey guy is right outside the door. So not end scene. Spencer wants a phone call, even if it's supervised, and she says no. Laura, he has to earn his phone back, but he says he wants to secure legal representation. He just says that Valentine won't know what hit him. This kid, I love him. I can't. TJ tells Curtis that Stella knows Sean is his biological father. Jordan tells Stella to leave. She has no right to do this in her place of work. And now Stella announces to the whole PCPD that TJ is Sean's child. Sam sees Jason come home, but it's not him. It's Sonny. And Sonny says that Jason isn't hers, he's his. And then Carly opens the door, and the Garvey guy is there, and he has a gun. Okay, sorry, I was transported to the early 2000s. So thank you so much for watching Yesterday's General Hospital. Oh, one more, and the marathon upload is officially done, and I'm going to go Pokemon and then upload all these. Okay, so I will see you in literally like 2 seconds, and I hope you have a great 2 seconds. Make the most out of your 2 seconds. I want to know what you did with your 2 seconds. Okay, bye!